So this video is all about reporting and analytics. So I'm actually going to show you the spreadsheet that we use to track our funnels that we're running traffic to, and really how we calculate ROI and how we calculate the success, of all of these ad campaigns we've been talking about. So first of all, I suggested when we were talking about setting up your targeting and your bidding, that you start with, $15 a day at least, if you can, if that's in your budget. If you can spend more, that's definitely suggested so that you can get more data. But you must allow a campaign to run at least 3 to 5 days before you begin to analyze the data. Facebook really needs time to optimize the campaign for you. You need time to reach, a good amount of people in the market so that you aren't looking at false negatives or false positives on your campaign. Now, with the system that I laid out of, hitting your cold, warm, and hot audiences, and especially with leading with content and really going for that pixel and then retargeting, I really suggest 7 to 10 days because, people are first going to interact with your content, and then they're going to need time to see your retargeting ad for the opt-in or the sale or whatever you're going for. So please allow the campaigns time to work together. Keep in mind that we're not just talking about one campaign either. So if you are, sort of running a one-hit wonder campaign, you're running cold traffic directly to a lead magnet through a marketing funnel, then 3 to 5 days is okay to collect enough data. But if you're really building a system like we've taught in the course, please allow 7 to 10 days for the campaigns to really work together. So when we start to calculate ROI and we start to calculate the success, we must take into account every campaign that is a part of the system. So let's go back and think about, the different campaigns that you may have set up, right? So you probably have a campaign to cold traffic, and that campaign is pointing to a piece of content or some sort of cold traffic offer, and you're really pixeling people, or you're building, a Facebook page audience or whatever you really decided to go with. I hope you're sending them to a really high value piece of content. And building that audience. So this would be a campaign, and you have to take into account the cost of this campaign, even though it wasn't directly tied to a lead or sale. So, step 2, we retargeted everyone who visited that blog post with an ad to opt in. So we're spending money to ask them to hop over to the landing page and give us their email address. And to make a conversion, they're on the page to opt in. So this is a separate campaign that's been running simultaneously with this campaign that's really hitting the people that are actually reading that blog post. And then we have this third retargeting campaign that's making sure that people that opt in and didn't immediately take that next low dollar offer in our marketing funnel, we're making sure to point them back to the sales page. So we have to take into account that cost too. So I want to show you a calculator that you can download in the resources section. And this is really, really, really important, guys. And please pay attention, because all of you are not going to have a marketing funnel set up like we do here at Digital Marketer. You have to take the theory here in this calculator and apply this to your offers and the way that you have your business set up. It's not going to be exactly like ours. But take a look at this calendar. So these are totals, and these are specific days. And this is actual data from one of our marketing funnels. So you'll see that we're reporting on opt-ins, right? And our marketing funnel goes from an opt-in. So, something like this page right here, we're sending them to opt-in, and then we're sending them to a sales page for a $7 offer. So, we've got the opt-ins, we have the number of $7 offers, the units, and we have the total sales here collected from the $7 offer, the conversion rate for the $7 offer. After that, we're going to immediately make them an offer for a monthly membership for Digital Marketer Lab. So we've reported on units, collected sales, conversion rates there too. We also give them the option, if they don't want to take the membership at a monthly rate, they can take it at a yearly rate at $386, where the monthly rate was $38.60. So you'll see the number of units we collected there on the yearly, total sales, conversion rate there on the yearly. We then have one more upsell for a bigger course, and you'll see that we sold 45 units at $197 total sales for that, and the conversion rate, and then total sales for the entire funnel. So you'll see how important the marketing funnel is in making your money back on paid media. Okay, guys, you're going to win at paid media when you can pay more to acquire a customer than your competitor. And you do so through a marketing funnel, just like I've showed you here. We're taking advantage of every step, and we're leading people from a $7 offer to a $38.60 offer to a $197 offer. And you'll see how if we would have just gone for leads and just gone for the $7 offer, we would have only made, $6,000. But we have splintered and we have made them other offers throughout the funnel. And we've been able to collect $22,493 in total sales. That's an average customer value of $34.93. So these are the kind of reports we fill out when we're running traffic to a funnel, even if we're leading with content and all of the cold audience ads that we're running. We're going to fill out this Excel sheet so that we know total sales. So we know that we've made $22,493 through this media funnel that we've taken to media in order to acquire customers at break even or better. So now I have to go back and I have to calculate what we spent. So, of course, we ran this first ad here to introduce ourselves to cold traffic and to send traffic over to a blog post. So we sent 15,000 clicks, right? So 15,000 clicks resulted in about 10,000 people actually being pixeled, because a lot of people will have their browsers blocked, etc. Some people just won't be able to pixel because of something with their computer. But we sent 15,000 clicks at 30 cents a piece. So let me go ahead and put this in here. So that was $4,500, right? Great. So then we spent $1.21 on 5,800 opt-ins. So that was a little bit over $7,000. We then, through retargeting, for example, asking people who opted in to go back to the sales page, we sent a little under 3,000 clicks at 90 cents a piece. Those were a little bit more expensive because it was a smaller audience of people who had only visited that page. And we spent $2,600. So in total, we spent $14,118. Well, we made $22,493. That's a pretty solid return on our campaign. Now notice that this campaign is very young. So we do have a lot of room for scale, but as we do scale, it's going to become more expensive. The more volume and sort of the colder and colder audiences that we reach out to, it will become more expensive. In the next video, I'll show you exactly how we scale the campaigns. But we're very, very happy with the return. And you'll see, even though we spent money on cold traffic, we spent money asking for the opt-ins, and we spent money retargeting down the funnel, which we'll talk about in the next lesson on retargeting, we still came out ahead. So just to show you guys, and again, that calculator is available for download in the resources section. So feel free to use that. Feel free to change the calculator to best suit, what you're running traffic to and the different offers that your business has. So here's a little table that will help you guys sort of judge your campaigns. So if you aren't selling something, right? So if you're just running traffic for branding, you're wanting to build your pixeled audiences, then look at click-through rates. Otherwise, the click-through rates don't matter. Some of our highest performing media campaigns have had ridiculously low click-through rates. But definitely look at the click-through rates if you aren't sending traffic to something where you can make money yet. And these are some standards that we've established through testing that you can use to judge your campaigns after 3 to 5 days or 7 to 10 days if you're using content on the front. So if we see a click-through rate higher than 1.5%, keep going with that campaign. Go for scale, right? If you're looking at about 0.5 to 1.5, yellow would be okay to continue, but definitely keep an eye. If it's less than a 0.5% click-through rate, that's probably not a great ad if you're only judging off of click-through rate. For the frequency, and you'll find that in your ads manager on each ad set, and each ad, you'll see the frequency. That's the number of times that the average person has seen your ad. It's very important for you to keep an eye on this, guys. If it's 8 or below, you're good to go. If it's 8 to 10, be very wary because you're reaching the point. Effective frequency is 7 to 10. That's the, perfect amount that an audience should see an ad before they really get the message. So at 8 to 10, you really need to start looking at increasing that audience size. If your frequency is already over 10, we definitely need to stop and scale the ad if your ROI or your click-through rate is where you want it to be. Now, if you're looking at ROI, which is how we really judge campaigns, right? If you're 80% plus ROI, keep the ad going. Negative 50 to 80, be a little bit weary, but still proceed. If you're below, negative 50, definitely stop the campaign, and it's time to go to the lesson 5 and troubleshoot your ad campaigns and see really where you might have gone wrong here. But these are really established just to give you some benchmarks. But definitely look at what's most important to you, right? Are you doing this for branding? Are you doing this just to generate leads? Maybe your sales cycle is 30, 60, 90 days, and you're saying, Molly, after 3 to 5 days, it's not time for me to look at my results. All of this is really dependent on the kind of business you have and what you're selling and what your end goal is. But I didn't want to leave you without some specifics as we move into the scaling phase. So again, feel free to download the calculator in the resources section. Really, personalize that calculator to fit what you're selling. But the most important part is, are we acquiring leads and sales? Are we acquiring customers at break even or better? And if you really have a solid marketing funnel on the back of whatever you're sending media to, you should be able to spend more than your competition to acquire those customers. And that's how you win.